With your boy Czar, all that rights reserved. Let's just get right into it because I got something else I want to talk about. Now, here's the thing. There's a case that is beginning to unfold with Greene Correctional Facility in New York. Now, it had a weird name, Cox or something, New York. I mean, it's crazy. We ain't going to get into that. But what we're going to do, though, is we're going to address the whole nature of this. Now, there was a young man in there that was on a call, cut short with his wife. And once it cut short, she tried to get back in touch with him and was getting mixed messages. Then out of nowhere, they were saying he was in critical condition and that she called the hospital that he allegedly went to and they had no recollection of him being there. Is this a case of an experimental facility? Now, a lot of people probably are like, what does that mean? What I'm talking about is, does this facility have practices that are around what is known to be legal for rights to be respected, that they took advantage of this young man and they're going to capitalize off of it? How do you capitalize off of a deceased person? Well, let me tell you, in this situation, now it's no different than the type of things we see going on with the epidemics in Chicago and that we've seen in Florida at one point in time. Organs. When a person leaves this earth, organs can be donated by those who are wealthy enough to afford it in order to do things. Could this be a probable situation where the last living moments of this man was turned into an experiment to see how far things could go, and now individuals are catching on? Why do I put it this way? He was only 24. So in our health world of knowing what medically is savory to someone who is of an old age, it is the organs of the younger. It is having younger organs in your body that work more efficiently. So if you're 70, you have younger organs. If you're 65 to 80, you have the organs of a younger person. So the longevity, it is alleged, are in African American descent. That is something very normalized. That is not a hidden factor. Matter of fact, that is a well-known ideology that has been going on for centuries. That is why it hasn't even been, I haven't even talked to you guys about the young man that went to be an actor, but when he tried to go home, his body was found and his organs missing on the side of the road. That's another scenario. I have stories like these for days. But the fact they made false claims and this person's deceased. Have we even asked what happened to the organs and things of Sandra Bland, another man that was deceased in the same cell as her? We're beginning to see correctional facilities being allowed to show deceased patients. Now, what's crazy is that the crime they're alleging this young man was convicted of had to do with the sales of some type of substance. But I have stories where people were put on probation for pedophilia related things. I can release that too. How is this possible? How is there no gray line of morality drawn between someone who's in that scenario versus any other person in another scenario? A person who messes with a child is way more guilty and far from any type of probationary period compared to a man that is alleged to have sold a substance that's not even considered to have been linked to deaths. That's what I don't understand. If someone lost life off of it, okay, that's your stance. But someone who has been accused and showed to have messed with the lives of another child that is defenseless gets probation, and we're supposed to accept that. Now let's get a bit deeper with it. This correctional facility, is this the first person that has gone missing in it? Could there have been others? And could this just be one of the many others? Now, he was alleged to have been taken to the box. The question is, when the guards took him off the phone, what was the reasoning? Where did he go to? And why? He's just on the phone speaking with his wife. What did he do wrong? Can that at least be released? You see, because it's not just the correctional facilities. It is the law system itself that has failed us at this moment. Because you have people of power who are working together and have been alleged to have done some things in the past from my research. Allegedly, we'll get more detailed if we have to. And now this situation is taking a breath because someone was on the phone with them before it happened. So it can't just be passed off as a bad moment. It's a little bit deeper. Anthony Trey Myrie was literally talking to his loved one before something happened to him of this vicious nature. Who's in control of this? Who oversees these type of things? Was he just taken to some type of, let's say, facility to be looked at, or did something else happen? What's actually going on? Hey, what's up? I'll call you back after I finish my video. All right. So is this some type of situation that's going on that really leads us to know that there's more to it than we're being disclosed? How many other people were in a situation of this nature? Why is it that it's centralized African Americans that are facing this type of scrutiny? Even me, just a second ago, getting some random thing thrown at me without a law stopping me. No, you're not finding stuff on me. Well, in the past, I see you had... The past is the past. What does that have to do with now or in the future? Then you switch up the subject. You see how odd that type of conversation is? Because I know what you're doing. I know where you're from. I know that type of stuff and how it goes down. I could see it. I could look at you and see it. What's wrong with you? Why can't you respect others' rights, but you're going to let the truck driver weave in and out of traffic like a madman? And I'm not breaking traffic. You're just trying to say, oh, you should move over after you're in the fast lane. Like, just something that's silly. Just silliness. So here's what's going to happen. Again, I told you, depending on how the year starts, I'm not going to bring silliness. I'm going to bring something so real. Again, it's going to have you guys wivesless. And I waited for Valentine's Day. Matter of fact, I wanted you guys to spend as much as you could on Valentine's Day for her sake. That's what I wanted. Because if I have to release what I have, it's going to change your lives. You're going to be at home jacking for the rest of your life once they find out the type of men you actually are. You wear the uniform, but I know, you guys don't like it. But I'm going to hit you harder. And what's really messed up is I'm going to make sure your video leaks online that shows everything about you, your face, you in the middle of boning that stripper, you in the middle of with your guys jacking for a stripper dancing in the middle, letting them use a twin toy. I'm going to do you dirty like that. And this isn't planned for law. Now you're playing for social media. How did the video get released? I don't know. How did his face get shown? I don't know. I don't know anything. It's just going to appear, and I'm going to matter of fact, I'm going to start lining up your kids' pages so I can make sure it goes on there. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not playing anymore. I'm going to find out who your children are. I'm going to find out who their friends are. And I'm going to make sure they all see it. All their friends see daddy hopping on the deal, though. All friends see him doing things with his friends, taking the work you confiscate and using it at these parties. I'm not playing with y'all. We were never playing, and you already know how I said it. You can't make that up. Who can make that up? Who could play around with that subject? You got me messed up. You got me mistaken for someone. But I'm going to tell you what. If you play with my future, I'm going to play with your lifetime. I'm going to play for keeps. Since you want to play for the moment to try and make a bad guy, I'm going to take my moment, and then I'm going to take your sanity forever. You're not going to be safe anywhere. Trust me. It is not a game. The city's with me. I got the city with me. Are you stupid? I'm going to have everyone seeing you do stuff. So you're a superstar known for jumping on a toy, for sliding in, doing work. I wonder what your job would do when you're in a badge and they see you doing this. Trust me. Trust me. I got y'all. I got y'all number. I don't really care what you think or feel either. I'm going to hit you where it hurts if you play with me. Don't play with a man that's ready to hit you where it hurts for eternity. I'm not playing. And you know how I rock. All rights reserved.